I remember when I was 8 years old, going out campaigning for my father, who was running for the first time for the Minnesota State Senate. It wasn't that politics or running for office or being involved in the church were for other people. It was, he did it, and so why not me? At some point, in fact, maybe expected at home not to run for office necessarily, but to be involved. When I ran in '78 for the legislature, two things going against me: my age and my gender. I believe it was a bigger issue than I was aware of. And the reason I wasn't aware of it wasn't so much my age, but was the fact that I was from this large family of 9 children, 7 of which were female. I just didn't think my gender was a problem because my experience was it wasn't in my home and my little community.
I came to know Kathleen when she joined the court as an associate justice. It was clear from the beginning that she was bright, talented, and up to the task. Had a sense of humor and a sense of self without being self-absorbed.
So Kathleen was one of my earlier appointments. And I thought she would bring to the bench precisely what she did. One, she has a great personality. She works very, very well with people. But much more importantly, she had this social background that I thought was very important for the court to hear. She understood the plight of the underrepresented, particularly young people in stress. And then it was natural that I elevate her to the Supreme Court and ultimately to the Chief Justice. I wanted to send out a message that it was time for a new generation, that it was time to focus on the young people because they're the ones who inherit our mistakes, frankly. And Kathleen was a natural.
I first came to know Justice Blatz almost 20 years ago now. I was one of her law clerks when she was the Chief Justice of the Minnesota Supreme Court. I was so impressed because I knew, of course, out of the gate that she was the first female Chief Supreme Court Justice in the state of Minnesota.
She has the ability to analyze a problem and see it from its various angles, using her understanding to work to get to what she thought was the right result.
One of the things that I noticed about her right away and have certainly tried to use in my own career going forward is that she does have a powerful presence and an impactful presence, but she does that without being, aggressive or loud. She does that by gaining the respect of people around her.
First of all, just remember that everybody's a decent human being and respect people. I grew up in this family that believed that everybody really was equal and everybody had value. It doesn't mean you agree with everybody all the time. That's okay. But to disagree and then demonize a person is not really what I was brought up to be like.
She's one of those rare people that has extraordinary people skills. You can bring together 12 very, very rigid minds that all disagree, and I'll guarantee you within an hour there'll be broad agreement.
The justice's role is to exercise their judgment, not impose their will. And to exercise judgment, you have to be open.
Some things in life are a lot more simple than we believe. How do you practice skills to really listen to people? And it's not phony. If I say something and somebody picks up a piece of it even that they heard, but I know that they heard me then, and that makes a difference.
She never seemed to approach a case with any sort of agenda or bias. What I always observed of her is that she was approaching cases with a respect for the law and seeking justice.
Her ability to be open and to see both sides and to exercise judgment in a way that benefits society. It's kind of who she is, not just what she does. It's who she is.
She understood public service. Public service is not about self-service. It's not about protecting your incumbency. It's not about making more money. It's about serving the well-being of others.
There weren't really a lot of people talking at that time about things like parental leave or work-life balance. And so it was really impressive for me to work with someone, to work with a woman who was the chief of the Minnesota Supreme Court and also was raising 3 children. She really served as an inspiration, I think, for other generations of lawyers who were interested in doing public service. And, for me personally, I knew when I clerked for her that I wanted to work in public service in my career.
I think when history is written, I think we're going to find that we had a number of really outstanding Chief Justices, and I think she'll be one of the very, very top ones there.
I never lost touch with her because she's always been one of my important mentors. So she's just been very generous with her time and with the incredible influence that she has in the legal community in Minnesota.
How you spend your days is how you spend your life. And it struck me even a couple decades ago and how true that was. Life is not starting down the road, folks. It's today. There's a million things to get involved with, meritorious causes. So if you know your passion, then follow it. If you don't know, just do something you're interested in it, because why not? Do something. Be part of the community. Make this world a better place.